Welcome back to Mom and Just Moment Tech Show, an interesting episode in the teenage series. This is actually the first episode in the teenage series. And the reason why we're featuring the teenage series is to encourage parents, on issues our teenagers are facing. We shouldn't neglect them. So that being said, we're treating a special topic referred to as self-development for teenagers. Sit back and catch up with our wonderful guest. Amazing, as you can see, we have Mashadi. She's been here once, and this is her second time appearing on the show. And she's here with her gorgeous and lovely son. BK is his name. So BK and Mom, you're welcome to Mom and Jess. I don't need to introduce Jess, of course. I'm sure you all know her. So let's get started. The topic is self-development, right? Jess and BK, you guys are going to do more of the talking, and we as parents will listen, and then probably will end by giving take-homes from, the issues you guys think that teenagers face. So let's start by asking, what is self-development? BK, would you love to?
My take on self-development is more like, as a teen, we spend a lot of time like trying to discover ourselves and trying to know who we are before like adulthood. So self-development is basically like developing a character or getting to know yourself enough to know who you are, what's your personality, what's your character.
That's interesting. Jess, you have anything to say about self-development?
I feel that self-development is like when you develop yourself, like you actually find who you really are, so that you know like what you're good at, your strengths and your weaknesses and all that type of stuff.
Okay. Mom, anything to add?
It's very important as well as parents. I feel that as parents we need to be able to identify the characters of our children. Know your child before your child can be influenced by the outside world and be told who they are by other people that are not even part of, that should not be in their lives. So I think what's important is for the kids to develop themselves with the help of us as parents and give them guidance in their lives.
Thank you so much, Mashadi. Let's go back to you, BK. Let's throw more light on those pressures that teenagers generally face. You can share any experience you had.
Okay, I genuinely think that like teenagers, we don't really know ourselves. So like when we pick up influences, that's why it's important to like discover yourself before you go to too much parties or chill out with the wrong people. Because like let's say you have friends that are doing drugs and stuff and you don't really know who you are, you might think maybe that's me or maybe I should do it. Absolutely. So I think as parents you should also, I'm not saying stop going to like parties and stuff, but avoid those things before you actually know whether you like them or not.
That's interesting. Jess?
Well, I feel like most of the pressures that teenagers go through, like this is like the first one that came to my mind, and it's peer pressure, because like a lot of people, well, most teenagers haven't really found themselves yet, and then now there's other people coming and influencing them with other things. And I feel that you should actually like kind of, I don't know how to put this, but certain people, like for example, they're smoking or taking drugs, or as you said, and like you feel that that's the right thing to do, so and you follow them. Or sometimes there are bullies, and like you're the new child, and you get and you actually sit with these bullies, and then you feel that you came to this school to become a bully, and then you start bullying other children and people, and it's actually not good. So I feel that that's quite a wrong thing though.
Yeah, the issue of bullying, I tell you, it's very recurring, like in schools.
Yeah.
Could you share any experience, BK, with bullying, verbal bullying, physical
I
bullying?
think I wouldn't even lie. When I was younger, I used to like be a bully, I guess, because I always tried to protect myself. So anyone out of my circle, I would because I have a very, I can like tell people off, and a lot of people till this day think I'm bullying them just because I'm telling them to stop doing what they're doing. So they kind of think, why is a child telling me what to do or something like that? When it's just basically that I'm very vocal and I'm strong and I know that you're not gonna hurt me. So I have a lot of strength compared to many kids that would take something I would say very seriously because they're not used to it. And it's kind of like just because we're all kids or all teenagers, we should let like the wrong things just fly, and do as you please when it's not supposed to be like that.
I think what's important as well is to allow your kids to open up to you. If you allow your child to be able to say what they want to say honestly and truthfully, you should be the person as a parent to open that channel. And then the child, when they go out there to the world and be with other kids and other people, they understand who they are and they know right from wrong. They cannot learn it from anywhere else except from home.
True. Thank you so much for that insightful take. That leads me to ask this very important question. Growing up, your childhood, perhaps you might have experienced one or two things that you feel like when you look back at yourself, you will want to advise your younger self. What's
my dad passed away when I was like really young, like probably like 5. So I was the only kid, and I got to school, and you feel when you go through that, you feel like you're very different from everyone else. And I was definitely raised different. My mom and I are very close. I'm her only child. We speak a lot. So I ended up like growing older or faster than a lot of kids I was growing up with. And you start to realize in a lot of ways, like as I was saying about like when you tell someone that they're doing something wrong, it's coming from, because I'm very small for my age. So you think, why is this small boy telling me this and that? So when it came to like even self-esteem and stuff, I didn't have those issues, but I know like a lot of my friends and stuff, they had those issues, and it affected them. Like I have a friend that committed suicide just because he couldn't like speak to his parents or tell them when he was going through something, because he had a lot of siblings. And the mom usually said, how come this person, your sister went through it, or your brother went through it without them having a problem? What's your problem? And I had a lot of people speak to me about it, and I guess I never had those issues because I was always alone and I was exposed to really sad things at a younger age, and I have a very strong mother.
Very strong mother, I can see.
When you speak to a strong person when they raise you, and especially because my mom really, she made sure there was a shield so I couldn't get influenced by a lot of people, like having sleepovers with friends she didn't really know. And when I look back at it, friends I had when I was in like grade 6, grade 7, and you look at them now, they're really doing drugs, they're not looking good. And just for my mom saying no to going to that one party saved the rest of my life, because we don't know what would have gone down at that party. Because when I look at those friends now, they're totally different people. And I thank my mom a lot for like helping me to discover myself and really knowing that, dude, you don't have to do that to fit in, and there's no point, because at the end of the day we still have like university to go to, young adulthood. And when you speak to older people, you realize that our generation, we're moving way too quick. And we're doing really hectic stuff at a young age.
BK, I'm just wowed, like I'm overwhelmed. Viewers watching, I'm sure you're learning something. This is an interview to replay and just reflect on. If you've got teenagers, our advice for your teenagers to watch, especially the boys, growing boys, there are so many things you said that really touched me, like the issue of having a strong mom. Mom, I must commend you. Meeting you and then, just getting to know you. I'm really like taken away. I'm blown away. Thank you for being a good mom. Thank you for being a strong mom. And I admire you because you're raising a wonderful child. You surely make a difference in your generation.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Jess, do you have anything to contribute to what BK has said?
Well, I do. Well, he is kind of a different person from me. Like, I'm really tall for the age of 12. Let's say I'm in grade 7 and they're like people older than me. And I'm kind of like a very shy person. So, like, the years that have passed, most people did use me because I was like kind of like kind person that could share everything. But then, there's like this huge bully in my class, and like, I just hate her. Well, I don't hate her. I actually like her, but like, she just hates me for no reason. But yeah. So yeah.
But lucky you have your mom to talk to, like, because when she comes
That's
every
the
day,
most important thing.
she's always, there's something that this bully girl has to say, like down to her dress, to what she wears. You know, Jess was scared to wear her
Call me
African.
Down syndrome.
Can
That's
you
what I call
imagine?
it.
Like, she was scared to wear her African dress because she was worried that this child was going to pick on the dress. I said, no, this is your pride. This is your culture.
Yes,
And this is your heritage. You must stand for yourself. Jess is a confident child, really, but she's soft at heart. And I believe that there are people that are confident and they've just got, a very soft heart. So I try to be that strong mom, just the way you are for BK. And I'm believing that, I'm trusting God that someday, somehow, she will get through with the whole verbal bullying.
And also you need to understand, Jess, that there's people that have, what I've always taught BK was that when people are nasty to you, it's because they themselves don't understand who they are. And they will become nasty to you to try to make themselves feel good about themselves.
Absolutely. I tell her that.
We have adult bullies. Even at our age, you do find people that try to bully you as adults. And if you do not know yourself and you do not have self-control and you're not confident, you will fall for whatever that they say to you just to pull you down, whatever that they insinuate you are that you're not. And most of the time it's because you've got a light that shines around you that's too bright for them to handle.
Too bright.
So you shouldn't allow them. Any bully needs help. I really believe so. It's not about you. That's what I used to like telling BK. Then that means that child's got a problem. If he comes home and says somebody's bullying me, I'd say it means that child has a problem that he needs to deal with. It's not about you. Then he'll be crying, no, but mama, maybe I'm like, you must never ever blame yourself for how another person views you. Because if you know yourself, you understand yourself, you're not going to believe.
And that is all that matters, understanding yourself and believing yourself.
Exactly.
Not more than that.
Yeah.
If you just know who you are, stand for who you are, believe in yourself, every other thing will be, side.
Absolutely.
The side is secondary to you. So that being said, BK, I'll come back to you again. What are those basic things that a teenager ought to do in developing himself or herself that you don't learn from school, you don't learn from your parents, you don't learn from anyone? Could you share with us?
I think to add one thing is to parents, if your child vents, even if they're venting about something ridiculous, allow it to happen, just because that's like probably the first step to them being able to like open up. No matter what it is, don't shut them down and go like, get over that, why are you speaking about something so small? Because it used to happen to me a lot. My mom would think, why does that bother you? But sometimes you need to speak about it in order to like get it off your chest.
Yeah.
So I'm able to tell you something much bigger.
That happens to Jason.
I think something they don't teach us at school is, I think especially we get taught the wrong things at school. A lot of things where even when it comes to you have to, when teachers treat you different or get over yourself, or no, you're the problem. That could carry through in like friendships, a lot of friendships in school. And you don't have to fit in. You really don't have to fit in.
Absolutely.
And I feel like it's really not fair for me to tell someone act like this way because this is what happened to me. Everyone has to go through it themselves to realize like what they really have to do. And I always tell my friends like, no matter what, like right now you could choose, no, I'm not gonna have a boyfriend, I'm not gonna have a girlfriend, and someone else is gonna think what. It's because they have to like go through their own experience to realize, yeah, you really don't need one. And I can't force it onto someone and say, you should do this because it helped me this way. Because it might not help you that way, or it won't have that same effect because you didn't go through it.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Jess, do you have anything to add? Yeah, BK, you said a lot. Hey, you said a lot with the basics. You know that one has to discover in building and developing herself or himself. I just wanted to add the issue of resilience. I always speak on resilience, you know, because this is a virtue that not everyone has. Some people are blessed with it. They've got it like on their skin, like it's their character to have a resilient spirit. Resilience in the sense that you can withstand whatever storms of life you face, whatever challenge, whatever issues, you know, that comes your way. You know, able to like
Dust it off.
and keep moving on. I always tell Jess this, and then it's like it's something she's still learning, and I'm not pushing it on her because I believe that if I keep, you know, sharing my life experiences, I do that a lot. I share a lot of my life experiences, my failures. I wouldn't tell you that I've had it all perfect for me. You know, I've had challenges. There was a time I was in the university. When I got into the university, the first year, you know I'm a brilliant child. Usually I don't study too much and I pass. So when I got to the university, people were like, oh, you're tall, you're beautiful, you've got a height for a model, let's try in a model. And then I went into this model agency, and then 19 provinces, I came second. So it got so much into my head, like when I'm walking on the campus, like face of everyone, like got, and I was just overwhelmed with that, and I got carried away. I feel woefully because I had that conscious effort that, oh, is it not exams? I just go into exams and I pass. But it gets to a stage where you need to be committed.
So you lost focus.
I totally lost focus, and then it took me to fail. Like I failed woefully, you know, for me to realize that I needed to wake up. And I had a dad that was lecturing in the same university, so you know what it means for your dad. So it was pathetic, you know. But it had to happen for me to learn, you know. So where is the resilience coming in? It's coming in the sense that I had to dust it off and then sit up. Second semester, I flew like the library was my next home. I don't go anywhere. It became my hostel, my library, the lectures, you know, the three, and then probably the church, you know. And then I got dedicated to my things, I got committed, and, you know, I skyrocketed, the results flew. And then since then, it kept going. But that first semester stopped me from making the goal. Like, you know, every child wants to finish the first class. Of course I will have had it, but you know, they accumulate these things. And at the end of the day, that first semester still was a trail that affected me not to meet that goal I had. But I finished well. Just that I couldn't attain my goal. So what I'm saying is, whatever challenges you face, you know, it's good to always, you know, dust it up and move up. There are people that even finish with the first class, they don't have a job. So, but learn from your experiences, those little things. Resilience is something they don't teach in school. It's something that your parents, as much as
a necessary life skill.
Yeah, it's a life skill you ought to learn, and it will help you stand bullying. It will help you stand even when you're introduced to things you know that is against your principles. You're able to like say no, you know, and you're able to deal with life's harsh realities, because I tell you, life could be very hard sometimes. But with resilience, you can always conquer. Well, having said that, I don't know if you have anything to add, Mashadi.
No, all I want to say, I feel very strong about support from parents for our children. You know, what's important is what we teach them goes a long way.
True.
I mean, at our age now, we know the lessons that we had to learn, you know, as we were growing up, that our parents taught us, not that we were open to them then. Absolutely. But as you become an adult, you look back and you think it was actually tough love, or it was
true.
They were looking out for you and trying to guard you. from going beyond what you can do
Beyond
as
the
a
boundary.
person. And it's very important to your child to know those boundaries
True.
and to be able to identify danger
Even
and
when you're
right
not
from
with them.
wrong. Yes.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Mashadi. Guys, do you have any take home for teenagers watching? BK?
Not much, but don't try and do things just because your friends are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because friends don't be scared to be alone. Yeah, even if it means like you're gonna look like that lonely kid, you'll only ever have yourself. And I think that's why I never struggled with it, because it was always me and my mom. So I wasn't scared of being alone. If you don't like what I'm saying, dude, walk away then.
I love that.
Not me walk away, you walk away.
You walk away. And besides, you got God, eh? Even when you're alone. I like the fact that one should always acknowledge God. I'm a strong Christian woman, so
absolutely.
I always put God first in every. Even when I find myself alone, I'm like, God. By the way, the meaning of my name is God is with me. So I always tell myself, even if I lost everyone, God is with me. God is with you. God is with you. God is with you.
Amen.
Amen. Jess, anything to add? Or
I feel that even if later on you find who you really are, I feel that your parents really know who you really are, because like they knew you since you were born. So I feel that you should just take the advice and where you're going. Like, for example, me, I hear that all my friends are going for sleepovers, and like my friends can only come sleep over at my house. It's not it's never the other way around.
Be the host.
I'm always a host. But nah, sorry.
But actually, from what BK said, that like now his friends are into drugs and stuff, I feel that I should also listen once in a
And
while.
consider what mom says.
Yeah.
Thank you, BK. You
Yeah.
saved my life.
Yeah. Because sometimes it doesn't come from a bad place, or because your mom doesn't want you to have fun, but it's protecting you. It comes from a protective mechanism.
True.
And some things you'd rather, we know, like what BK was saying, you'd rather discover them yourself. But some things you don't need to discover them yourself.
True.
Some things as a parent we're able to teach you and protect you from having to discover them in the bad way. So you get told about it and you must choose what you want out of life.
True. Thank you so much, Mashadi. And I believe there is a certain stage where I wouldn't be in control anymore.
Yes, absolutely.
But you're
because you're not going to be there
you
forever.
won't be there forever.
You know, yeah.
There's a part in the Bible that says children are like arrows.
Yes.
You know, when a hunter wants to go hunting, you sharpen your arrows.
Yeah.
So they'll be sharp and then they hit the. If they're not sharp, you don't get the animal. So that sharpening and sharpening your arrow is what we're doing to you all. Protecting, disciplining,
absolutely,
cleaning, all those things to make sure so that when you go out, shooting the arrow is you going out like you're in university now. I'm not there with you. But those discipline, all those things are there already. They're inculcated. You know, I told the story of when I was going to modeling. I was given the opportunity to meet, you know, big people, politicians, and there were ladies doing it, sleeping and making, but I know I wasn't raised that way.
You understood yourself.
I understood myself. I knew that what my dad gives me is okay for me, and I need to manage it.
I said enough.
And that was where I called out and pulled out of the modeling, you know, and I faced my studies fair and square, and to God be the glory, and where I am today. So when I look back at my friends then, there was even one that kept drawing me. They bought her a car. One of them bought her a car then, and you know it was like a big thing to have a car. I was like, woo, good for you. But nah, I knew where I was going. Not for me. I have a car today.
Yeah.
She's not married. I'm not wishing anyone. But some people end well. But you know your discipline. My parents have disciplined me. They've shaping and sharpened me in such a way that even when I almost was, you know, losing track, I came to my consciousness. So I think that should be the story for you teenagers when you're growing. Whatever will distract you when you're out there, when mom is not there with you, you already know, no guy, no. I wouldn't like this for myself, and my mom won't be proud of me doing this. So there is
Because
a
also
reason.
some kids don't have parents. Some kids
True.
are not as fortunate
Trained,
as you
privileged.
guys that don't have parents, don't have mothers.
Mm.
But another thing that I really feel strongly about is that a parent is not only a biological mother or father.
Mm.
A parent can be anyone that is willing to look out for you. It can be your teacher, it can
Genuinely.
be, exactly, can be an aunt, it can be anyone
Mm.
that is older than you that's able to guide you
And mentor you.
and mentor you. But it starts with you knowing yourself
True.
and having the confidence and being able to believe in God to give you the guidance to be able to attract only the right people into your life,
True.
because then you will attract the right people to be able to guide you through life, even if your mom or your dad are not there.
Thank you so much, Mashadi. Do you have any take home for viewers watching?
Love, 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 love. Love your kids.
Thank you so much, guys. We're happy to have you guys. We hope to see you some other time, okay?
Definitely.
In the meantime, bye, guys.
Bye.